What if I told you that you could start landing $500 clients this week without even knowing how to code, just by building websites for local businesses that desperately need them? So in this video, I'll show you the exact step-by-step system to build, sell, and get paid recurring monthly income from these clients. So don't skip this, because while AI tools are making this easier than ever, the window of opportunity won't stay open forever. Coming up in this video, you're going to learn 3 critical things. First, do you need to know how to code to build these websites? I'll show you exactly how complete beginners can create professional sites in minutes, even if you've never written a single line of code in your life. Second, do you need to do awkward in-person sales, or can you just email or text in? So I'll reveal the exact outreach method I use to contact local businesses and send them a finished website preview. And third, how do you actually deliver the project and get paid? I'll walk you through the complete process of deploying the site, setting up a custom domain, and most importantly, how to structure your pricing so you're building real recurring monthly income, not just one-time payments. So if you're ready to start landing clients this week, let's jump in. The very first thing you want to do is to just pick a business near you and then just type in Google. You can either type gardening businesses near me or even local businesses, just any type of business. And what you want to do then is to just scroll down, look for businesses that do not have a website. Okay, so I've just found this business here, and there isn't a lot of information here. However, there is a link to their Facebook page. So what we can do is we can just click on this link, and then in the meantime, I'm just going to open up Claude, and you can use any large language model that you want. You can use Perplexity or ChatGPT, it really doesn't matter. So once we're in the Facebook page, we get a bit more information about the business and what they actually do. So I'm just going to go ahead and see if I can find useful information about the business. I mean, there's an image here, and what we can do is we can just take a screenshot of this image. And then for now, we're just going to drag and drop it in here. And then there's also a logo here that we can use. I'm going to just also copy and paste that, and then we can just copy this intro here, and then what we'll do is we'll just go into our large language model and then just say this is a local gardening business that does not have a landing page. Please create a prompt, a well thought out prompt, to then feed into a vibe coding tool to create a landing page for this business. Then we'll just copy and paste the text that we copied before from the intro here, and we'll just paste it in here. So we're essentially just giving the language model more information and more context about the business. And then what I want to say also is please include a contact form and relevant sections and testimonials, and also make it look professional and use an appropriate color theme. And then we'll just click enter, and then what it's going to do is just create our first prompt that we can then feed into our vibe coding tool to create the landing page. Okay, so we'll just copy and paste the prompts that Claude has generated, and for this specific landing page we're going to be using Lovable.dev. So let's just go ahead and paste our prompt in here, and then we'll click enter, and then we'll just wait for it to create our landing page. Okay, so Lovable has just finished creating our website, and as you can see, we didn't even write a single line of code to create this landing page. So overall, let's just double check, and yeah, we've got some obviously fake testimonials here, a contact form, the email and phone number of the business, and I think it's done a decent job. I mean, this only took 10 minutes, and we can also update the image, and you can also click on this button here and you'll get a preview, and that'll give you a better idea of what it looks like. And you can see here there's like this little edit with Lovable thing in the bottom right, and I'll show you how to remove that right now. If we just go back to Lovable in our settings here, then we scroll down, and then here you see where it says hide Lovable Badge. So if you just click on this toggle here, and that will hide your badge. Now obviously you have to be in the Pro plan. I'm currently not in the Pro plan, but yeah, it's just to show everyone how you remove that little Lovable logo on the bottom right. I do think this image here, the background image, can be updated. Okay, so I've just asked Lovable if it can actually generate images, and the reason is I do not like the hero image here at the very top. I think it can look more realistic and more modern. So what we'll do is I'll just tell Lovable to please regenerate the hero background image and make it look more realistic and professional. Then we'll just click enter and see what it does. Okay, so it's made a slight improvement, but I still think it's not the best. So we can just use Nano Banana Pro for this. And if you're not familiar with Nano Banana Pro, it's essentially just Gemini or Google's image generation model. So I'd say it's probably the best on the market right now. So let's just go ahead and get started. You will need API keys for this from Google Cloud. So you have to set up a Google Cloud project, and then you just click on Nano Banana Pro and link your API key here, and then just select key. And then I'm just going to say, please create a hero image for a gardening business's landing page. Make it look realistic and appealing. Then we'll just click enter. So whilst the image is generating, I'm going to show you how you can deploy your website by connecting a domain name. So right now we're using this here, which will create a preview URL. So your preview URL is essentially this URL here, which is the Lovable.app. But obviously, if your client comes to you and they say, we don't want to use this URL, we want to use a proper URL such as frasergardening.com or .uk, then you're going to have to purchase a domain name to do that. So the way you do that is, you essentially have two options in Lovable. You can either add a custom domain name if you've already purchased it through websites such as Namecheap and GoDaddy, and you can just add that domain name in here. Or you can go ahead and essentially purchase it from inside Lovable through Ionos. And you just click here and then you click on buy new domain, and the process is very simple. You just have to search for the domain name you want to buy, you purchase it, and then once you've purchased it, it will automatically connect to this Lovable project. However, obviously you want to speak with the client beforehand to see what domain name they actually want to use for their specific websites. Okay, so this is the image generated by Nano Banana. As you can see, it can generate very high quality images. Now we're just going to attach this to our landing page. So I've just dragged and dropped the Nano Banana image, and I'm just going to say, please update the landing page's hero section with the attached image here. And we'll just click enter. Okay, so it's updated the landing page, and honestly I'm quite happy with this. As a first draft, it's fine. Obviously we can still make some improvements. So the next thing I want to talk about is, okay, you now need to reach out to the client and actually showcase what you've built. So what I would do is I would just email them, and you've noticed that they had their email, I think it was either on Facebook or on Google Maps, so you can essentially just email them and saying, hey, I noticed you didn't have a website, I built one for you, please check it out. Or you can also include a Loom video and just record yourself going over the website and landing page and ask them if they're interested. So then what you'll do is, if they do reply saying that they're interested, you'll then essentially say, okay, I have a setup fee of X amount of dollars, which can be anywhere from $100 to $500. And also, since the website is actually on your Lovable workspace, what you can do is you can ask them to pay a monthly fee of, let's say, $100 per month to actually keep the website up and running. And also that means that they will have to come back to you if they want to make improvements or updates to the website. So you will implement them at a specific hourly rate that you will provide to the client. So now, just by doing some basic math, if you manage to win over, let's say, 20 businesses, that's already $2,000 a month in monthly recurring revenue, plus the setup fee for every single website, plus maintenance if you're making updates to every single one of them. So hence why this is like a really powerful method, and you can increase your monthly revenue stream just by doing this. You do not need any super technical expertise, or you do not need how to code. You saw how I just created this in literally a couple of minutes just by providing 2 or 3 prompts to Lovable. And also I'll include a link to Lovable below in the YouTube description. And also, if the client wants to build the website on their own Lovable account, then you can just increase the setup fee and also your monthly retainer. You can also increase it depending on the nature of the business. Obviously, this is just a gardening business, so you most likely will not be able to charge, let's say, $500 a month, depending if it's a large or small business. However, let's say, for example, if it's a finance business, then you can definitely charge more, from the $300 to $500 range a month. So again, that's just something worth keeping in mind. Just make sure that you're targeting the right business. Alright, so now you know how to find local businesses on Google Maps, build them a website, and set up that recurring revenue model. And honestly, the system works. You could start texting pool cleaners today and land your first client this week. But here's what I didn't tell you. There's an even faster way to scale this, because while texting local businesses is great for getting started, what if I told you there's a method that lets you target higher paying clients, skip the uncertainty of cold texting, and use social proof to book discovery calls instead? So I'm talking about lawyers, financial advisors, and other high ticket service businesses that can afford to pay you $750 per project, and the secret is the LinkedIn Sales Navigator, combined with a specific prospecting strategy I break down in my next video. So in my next video, how to make $750 a day building out websites, I'll show you exactly how to use LinkedIn Sales Navigator to find high ticket clients like law firms in wealthy cities, the exact LinkedIn message I use that books discovery calls without cold emails, and how to position yourself so these clients see you as the expert they need, not just another freelancer. So if you want to take what you just learned and scale it to 6 figures, that video is your roadmap. Click it now and I'll see you there.